humans, it's Lou here for Simply Crochet Magazine, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the second of 13 installments for our Hook and Learn Crochet Along. For those of you unfamiliar with the Hook and Learn project, it is a 13-part sampler blanket crochet along. So with each video I'll be walking you through a different stitch entirely, and hopefully you'll be learning something new every month. This particular blanket pattern will be presented to you in two different ways, one of which will be a pattern for using double knit yarn. In this case we are using Scheepjes Colour Crafter, and the other is for an Aran weight yarn, which is Scheepjes Stonewash XL, both of which are fabulous, lovely, delicious, squunchy, is that a word? Oh, it is now. There are yarn packs available from a number of retailers that I will link in the description box below so that you can go along and get your packs pre-made, ready to go, ready to get started. If you haven't already noticed, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a Facebook group. At the time of filming this, there were about 900 of us, and every single one a total fox. So with that all said and done, we will get started with the second installment of our Hook and Learn project, which is the waffle stitch. Man, I'd love some waffles. I'm gonna get some waffles. So for today's waffle stitch tutorial, I am going to be using Scheepjes Stonewash XL in this amazing apple green colour. It is a cotton and an acrylic blend, and it's an Aran weight. So for this particular tutorial, I will be using a 5.5mm hook, which for those of you in the US is an I or a 9 hook. So I have hooked up a few rows of the waffle stitch just to give you a bit of an idea of how it's supposed to look when it's all together. It's made up of all these lovely little waffly squares, and unsurprisingly looks like a waffle. First of all, we are going to be chaining 3, and as you all know, that is a yarn over and pull through. We'll be doing 3 of those. And what we're going to do first, working into the right side of our piece, is we're going to be doing a front post treble crochet. Now for those of you unfamiliar with a front post, that is when instead of working into the top here, we are actually going to work in and behind the stitch like so. So we're going to put our hook from left to right behind the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2 again. So it does finish off just like a normal treble once we've done that front post part at the beginning. We're then going to do a treble crochet in the next 2 stitches along. Now these are just standard ones, so they're going to be worked into the top of the stitch as you usually would. And then once again, another front post treble crochet. So as I said before, we are going to yarn over, we are going to put our hook from right to left in behind our stitch from the previous row, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 again. And that is our front post. Again, we will have 2 treble crochet after this point, before doing our front post stitch again, and that pattern will just repeat all the way along to the end of this row. As you can see, by using the front post technique, it sort of pulls all of those stitches forward and away from the piece, and that creates this amazing texture that we're looking for. So when you get to the end of your row, you are going to work your 2 normal treble crochet stitches. Then you are going to do your final front post treble crochet of the row. Again, in and behind that stitch from the row before, and then just finishing as you would with a normal treble. Now our last treble crochet is just going to go into the top of this chain. Now the reason that we want to do this is just to really finish off that row and give us a really nice clean and straight edge for when we sew all of our pieces together. So we're going to turn our work, and we're going to start this row as we did with the previous row with 3 chain stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do in the next stitch along a treble crochet. We are then going to start with our front post stitches again. As you can see, we've got 2 in a row because we're now doing almost the reverse of what we did in the previous row. So now we'll be doing a front post treble crochet in this stitch here. And then we'll be doing the same in the next one along. Then, in the top of the next stitch, we'll be doing a regular treble crochet. And then again, a front post treble crochet. Followed by a second front post treble crochet. So you want to keep repeating this same pattern of stitches until you get to the end of the row. When you reach the end of your row, you want to do your 2 front post treble crochet stitches. Followed by a regular treble crochet in the top of the next stitch. And then, as we did with the previous row, you want to work a treble crochet stitch into the top of that end chain, and that gives you your nice crisp edge. So when you turn your piece around, you will really start to see the detail in this waffle stitch. It looks fabulous. I mean, it's something that's full of texture and it's full of life, so it's going to add some real interest into your finished piece. I really hope this video has been helpful and informative, and if you do have any additional questions or concerns, you can come along and ask one of us in the Facebook group, which I'll link below. It'll either be myself, Lucy Croft, our fabulous designer, other members of the Simply Crochet team, or a huge number of amazingly wonderful and experienced members. So please do utilise that as a resource, and we would love to see what you're getting up to. We want to see your colour combos, we want to see what other things you're doing with the stitches you're learning each month, and we love you. We love you right in the face, in that lovely face right there. So have an excellent day, and we'll see you next month. Chair!